Thank you. In 2021, the Liberal government made all rail crossings the same safety standard, including rail crossings on farms, even where they're only used a couple of times a year. So was there a rise in rail accidents on these private crossings?
I don't have the details on that.
So then what prompted the Liberal government to make those changes to the regulated crossings on private lands?
Hold on there, Mr. Minister, and hold on, Ms. Rood. I've stopped the clock. Point of order, Mr. Joanne.
As the honourable member has heard from the previous testimony, this would have been a regulation change started in 2014 when she and her party were in government. It was only the implementation date that got delayed, but I want to provide facts. Facts are important in this discussion. And the Minister of Agriculture and AFC have nothing to do with that. That's a Transport Canada issue. And I think we'll be hearing from rail transport companies on Thursday.
Ms. Rood.
Again, would you have made a representation to the Minister of Transport, given you're the Agriculture Minister, to make those changes at the regulated crossings on private lands, despite?
If I was here, possibly I would. If it was involving agriculture, I would have input.
Are you aware how much it will cost an average farm to upgrade a crossing?
No, I'm not.
Well, I can give that to you. It's going to cost between $600,000 and $2 million per farmer. Do you know how much it would cost to maintain those crossings annually?
It's something I would have to look into, and I haven't received a complaint on that, and perhaps I will after this committee hearing, but I would certainly not want to see farmers faced with something like that, and I try to deal with it I think farmers in all sectors understand that I work on their behalf, but this is something I'm not abreast of, actually, and I will deal with it, and you brought it to the forefront, and I'm sure we'll hear more about it from this day on.
Thank you, Minister. Just to let you know, the media reports say it's going to cost up to $200,000 annually for a farmer to maintain those crossings, and I know many farmers are wondering how they're going to pay for the upgrade and maintain the crossings. So I'm just curious why the Liberal government would allow these railroads to download these costs onto farmers.
Well, number one, I would have to have somebody bring it to my attention, and if they did, I will certainly work with the farmers to make sure they're not leveled, because I'm fully aware, as being a farmer, the one that pays the price in the end is always farmers. Sometimes the governments help, but farmers end up paying without any question, and I don't want to see that.
Thank you. Now, farmers asked for an extension to the November 25th deadline or to find some common sense safety standard for these rail crossings. Did you encourage the Minister of Transportation to delay the implementation of these onerous changes?
Well, my discussion with the Minister of Transport would be a cabinet issue, and I would not be discussing that here.
Would you extend it, Minister?
I would have to know the details of it before I would.
Go ahead, Mr. Joanne.
Obviously, this is a transport issue. I respect the honourable member, but the Minister of Agriculture does not have the authority to extend that power. So obviously, he's made some advocation at Cabinet. But, and by the way, no farmers has paid a single cent yet. And Transport is working on this issue, and we're talking about 10 farmers right now. And they will work on this issue, and our government will get it done.
So